Exercise 9.4, question number 6. Limit x tends to 0, sine cube x by 2. You can write this as limit x tends to 0, sine x by 2 by x the whole cube. Now, we know the formula. Limit x tends to 0, sine x by x is equal to 1. So if you have x here, you should have x here. Whatever you have here, you should have here. You have sine cube, the angle is x by 2. So you should have x by 2 here. But you have only x. So divide by 2 and multiply by 2. To make it as x by 2, divide and multiply by 2. 2 cube, there is one cube outside. So 2 cube is 8 and it is the denominator. So it is 1 by 8. 1 by 8 is a constant. So you can take it outside the limit. So 1 by 8, limit x tends to 0. You can write if x tends to 0, then x by 2 also tends to 0. If x tends to 0, x by 2 tends to 0. Sine x by 2 by x by 2 the whole cube. This property also we should know. Limit x tends to 0, f of x the whole power n. You can also write it as limit x tends to 0, f of x the whole power n. So we can write like this. You can write the limit inside. So the whole cube. This is equal to 1. Sine theta by theta. Theta tends to 0 is equal to 1. So 1 by 8 into 1, that is equal to 1 by 8. Question number 7. Limit x tends to 0, sine alpha x by sine beta x. So once again, you should have alpha x in the denominator. So divide by alpha x, multiply also by alpha x. The same way, denominator is sine beta x. So sine beta x, multiply and divide by beta x. So divide by beta x, multiply also by beta x. Now you can apply the limit to the numerator and also to the denominator, because we know limit x tends to a, f of x by g of x is limit x tends to a, f of x by limit x tends to a, g of x. So that is, we can apply the limit for the numerator. So the numerator, this will become 1 and you cancel this x and x. So this will become 1. This also will become 1. So 1 into alpha by 1 into beta, that is alpha by beta. Question number 8. Limit x tends to 0, tan 2x by sine 5x. You should know the formula. Limit x tends to 0, tan x by x is equal to 1. So if I have x here, I should have the same x here. So if it is 2x, I should have 2x here. So to make it as 2x, to bring the 2x here, multiply and divide by 2x. In the same way, sine 5x, you should have 5x in the denominator. So multiply and divide by 5x. So we can cancel this x and x. This is equal to 1. The numerator is 1. The denominator is also equal to 1. Again, you can write when x tends to 0, 2x tends to 0, 5x also will tends to 0. So we can write here 2x tends to 0 and 5x tends to 0. So limit 2x tends to 0, tan 2x by 2x is 1. Similarly, limit 5x tends to 0, sine 5x by 5x is also 1 into 2 by 5. So the answer is 2 by 5. Question number 9. Limit alpha tends to 0, sine alpha power n divided by sine alpha the whole power m. So the numerator, you should have alpha n in the denominator. Only then we can apply that limit formula. Sine theta by theta. So to bring that alpha n, you divide by alpha n, multiply also by alpha n. The same way, the denominator sine alpha, you should have alpha in the denominator also. So divide by alpha, multiply by alpha, the whole power m. The power is outside the bracket. Here the power n is inside. Sine alpha power n by alpha power n into alpha power n divided by sine alpha by alpha, the whole power m. This m you bring it here into alpha power m. So you know that you can write ab power m is a power m into b power m. So you can separate it. Now the numerator, this term will become 1 and this also will become 1. Here you are left with alpha power n by alpha power m. The limit alpha tends to 0. The variable is alpha here. So the limit alpha tends to 0, alpha power n by limit alpha tends to 0, alpha power m. That is limit alpha tends to 0, alpha to the power n minus m. When it is division, you subtract the power. So n minus m. Now there are three cases. That is case 1, if n is equal to m. If n is equal to m, this will become limit alpha tends to 0, alpha power n minus n, n minus n, n minus n, that is equal to 0 because n and m are equal. Now alpha tends to 0, that is alpha, if alpha is 0, you get 0 power 0, it is indeterminate form. But you know that alpha is tending to 0. Alpha is not equal to 0, but alpha is very close to 0. So alpha can be 0.0001 or something like that to the power 0. So any number 0.0001 to the power 0. Any number to the power 0 is 1. You know that a power 0 is 1. So we get the answer as 1. If n is equal to m, the limit value is equal to 1. If n is greater than m, if n is greater than m, so what happens here? N is suppose 5 and m is 2. So 5 minus 2 is a positive number. So alpha to the power any positive number. So your alpha is tending to 0. So alpha is some 0.0001 to the power a positive number n. So what do you get? Alpha is 0.000001 to the power some positive number. Any positive number will give you the answer. This is approximately 0. So 0 power anything, 0 power 1, whatever it is, you get the answer as 0. 0, this is close to 0. So approximately 0. 0.000001 to the power any number. It can be 5, anything. That will give you the answer 0. So if n is greater than m, the answer is 0. If n is less than m, if n is less than m, that is suppose your n is 2 and m is 5. So 2 minus 5. 2 minus 5 will give you negative. Is negative. So alpha to the power negative number. So that means your alpha is very close to 0. So alpha is 0.0001 to the power negative number. For example, the negative number we take it as minus 3. Any negative number. So when it is minus 3, you will bring it to the denominator. 0.00001 the whole power 3. This is already, if it is positive, we know it is 0. So 1 by 0 will give you infinity as the answer is not defined. The limit is not defined when n is less than m. So you are getting 3 different answers. If n is equal to m, you get the answer as 1. If n is greater than m, the answer is 0. If n is less than m, the answer, the limit is not defined. That's the answer. Now question number 10. Limit x tends to 0, sine a plus x minus sine a minus x by x. Now let us use the trigonometric formula sine c minus sine d. That is 2 cos c plus d by 2 sine c minus d by 2. C plus d by 2 means add these two, a plus x plus a minus x by 2. So cancel this, you get 2a by 2, that is equal to a. C minus d by 2, a plus x minus subtract, so minus a plus x, minus a plus x, a cancelled, you get 2x by 2, that is equal to x. So this is 2 times cos c plus d by 2. C plus d by 2 is a. So 2 cos a sine c minus d by 2. C minus d by 2 is x. Now this 2 cos a is independent of x. It is a constant. So take it out. 2 cos a, take it out. Limit x tends to 0, sine x by x. So 2 cos a, this is 1. So 2 cos a into 1 is equal to 2 cos a. That's the answer. Thank you.